Good morning, students. I hope you are keeping well at your home and you are carrying out your studies with full concentration. So, in this new video of chapter electric potential and capacitance. Now, in this video, we are going to see what going to be the behavior of a conductor when it is placed in electrostatic field. Suppose a conducting slab, this is a conducting slab, is placed inside an external electric field. External electric field is applied with the help of these two charged plates. Positively charged plate to the left of the figure, negatively charged plate is to the right of the figure. So as we know, in a conductor, free electrons are the charge carriers. A conductor conducts electric current due to free movement of the free electrons on application of the external field. So as soon as we place this conducting slab, suppose this is a metallic slab, the electrons or free electrons try to align towards positive plate of the field. This is positive plate, or this plate of the field is positively charged. So all the free electrons align towards the positive plate due to attraction by the opposite charge. Similarly, positively charged atoms are moving towards negative plate of the electric field. And this process of alignment of positive and negative charge or negatively charged electron towards left and positively charged atoms towards right, this process continues till an induced electric field of the same value, that is equal to external electric field, is established here. So what going to be the value of net electric field in the interior of this charged conductor? The net value of the net electric field is E is equal to E external minus E induced, and this sum is going to be 0. So this is the reason why in the interior of a charged conductor, the value of the electric field or value of the net electric field always remains 0. This is the second property of the conductor placed in electrostatic field. Suppose this is a conducting material, given some charge, the charge is spread over its surface. Suppose positive charge given to the conductor, but charge inside the conductor is remaining 0. That is why value of the electric field in the interior of this conductor is 0. But any excess charge that resides on its outer surface, and direction of the electric field is normal to the surface of the conductor. Suppose this electric field is not normal, in that condition there are going to be some tangential component of the electric field, and that will try to move the charges in any direction on the surface, and movement of the positive charges on the surface of the conductor can cause surface current. But as we know, if the charges are static on the surface of conductor, the existence of surface current is impossible. So that is why direction of the electric field on the surface of conductor is going to be normal to the surface, so that its tangential component is 0. Students, see, if a conductor having cavity in its interior part or hollow cavity in the interior part, given some charge, as we know, charge given to the conductor is spread over its surface, but amount of charge inside the cavity is going to be 0, so that the electric field in this region is 0. But what about potential? The potential in the cavity is going to be constant, and potential difference between any 2 points inside the cavity remains 0, but potential remains constant. This phenomenon is called electrostatic shielding. It means charge given to the conductor is spread over its surface, but interior part of the conductor is sealed with the charge. No electric field, no charge can remain present inside this cavity. This phenomenon is called electrostatic shielding. Students, see, there are some common applications of electrostatic shielding. First of all, what is electrostatic shielding? We can define the phenomena of making a region free from any electric field is called electrostatic shielding. Suppose this is a conductor and there is cavity inside. So electric field inside the cavity remaining zero. This phenomenon is called electrostatic shielding. It means the region of the cavity inside the conductor having some charge on its surface is free from any electric field. So there are some common applications of the electrostatic shielding. First application is during lightning storm. It is safe to sit inside a car. Suppose we are moving outside and suddenly lightning starts. So if the time of lightning, if we are remaining exposed in an open area, that is dangerous. While if some lightning happens at that place, that will fall on the head of that person. To keep safe, if we are sitting in a car works as a shield for the person. As we know, car is a hollow metallic conductor, and a person sitting inside, if lightning happens on the surface of this car, the electric field inside the car remains zero. So the person sitting inside the car remains safe from any electric shock of very high order. That is why it is advisable to sit inside the car at the time of lightning. Second application is sensitive components of electronic devices like computer, microprocessor, electronic chips, etc. They are always kept inside a metallic case to keep them safe from any electrical leakage. Third is protection of signals in coaxial cable. Coaxial cables we are using in cable antenna. In coaxial cable, a main wire is passing in the mid part of the cable, and there is a wire mesh, conducting wire mesh is near the outer surface. So any electrical field can affect the signals passing through this interior cable. To keep these signals distortion free or disturbance free, this mesh of wire outside the main conductor shields the interior part and keeps electric field zero. In this way, the signal passing through the main wire remains free from any disturbance. So students, in this part of the video, you will see what can be the potential energy of a dipole placed in an uniform electric field. Suppose there is uniform electric field E in the direction left to right, a dipole with dipole moment P making an angle theta with the direction of the electric field is placed here. What can be the potential energy of this dipole? Suppose in this orientation, what can be the value of torque acting on the dipole? So we have already studied in the first chapter of electrostatics. Torque acting on the dipole, tau, can be given as P into E sin theta. Now suppose this dipole is to be rotated against the existing torque. The torque is trying to rotate the dipole in the direction of the electric field, suppose clockwise direction. Then what can be the work done? Work done to rotate the dipole by angle d theta. So in rotational mechanics, as we know, the work done for rotation dw can be written as torque multiplied by rotational displacement. The rotational displacement of the dipole is going to be d theta. So work done to rotate the dipole by angle d theta can be written as Pe into sin theta into d theta. Suppose this is equation number 1. How we can generalize this equation? Suppose the dipole is to be rotated from initial position theta 1 to final position theta 2. If we integrate equation number 1 with limit theta 1 to theta 2, the value of the work done can be written integral dw equals integral theta 1 to theta 2 Pe sin theta into d theta. So after integration, integral value of integral dw is w, that is what Pe is constant, integral theta 1 to theta 2 sin theta into d theta. What is integration of sin theta? Integration of sin theta is minus cos theta, so we can write w is equal to P into E minus cos theta, integration of sin theta with limit theta 1 to theta 2. Then after putting the value of limit, we can get work done as Pe multiplied by minus cos theta 2 plus cos theta 1, and this can be written W is equal to Pe cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. So students, as you know, the potential energy of a system is always considered with respect to a reference position. What can be the initial position of the dipole, work done to rotate the dipole from its initial position. Suppose initial position of the dipole is theta 1 equals 90 degree. Means suppose dipole is initially placed perpendicular to direction of the electric field, and dipole is to be rotated finally by an angle theta 2 equals theta. Then what can be the value of potential energy or work done? Work done to rotate the dipole from reference position to the angle given, that would be the amount of potential energy remaining stored in the dipole after rotation. If the dipole is released from that final position, it will try to return to its initial position by doing the same amount of work as is done at the time of rotation. So what can be the potential energy of the dipole? U can be written, if theta 1 equals 90 degree, cos 90 is 0, so potential energy is going to be minus of P into E cos theta. So this negative sign of the potential energy is showing this system is capable to do the same amount of work to return its initial position. So value of the potential energy stored in a dipole in the presence of an uniform electric field is given by U equals minus of Pe sin theta.